Hi, this is L.PoornimaDevi, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So in the last classes we have discussed about OOPs. So in this section we have to discuss about what is data structures. So in this semester we have to take in about what is data structure and what are all the applications. So these has to be discussed in this semesters. So and the upcoming videos. So in this data structure. So what is data structures? So data structure means it is used to organizing and storing data. So we have collection of data or something. So for example, I have to discuss about the library book arrangements. So in this we have to collect a n number of books for our library. So in our college we have to collect more number of departments, either CSE, mechanical, mechatronics, food tech, agri. So more number of departments we have in our college. So in this we have to collect n number of books for this preparation. So in this library we have to buy all the books and we have to keep the books in a particular shelf by the department or some of the particular books arrangements. So these has to be done in our college by all the libraries. So this is the process. If the books are grouped in together, means we have to take it out from for our reference is very difficult to preparation. So in this we have to arrange the books based on either a department or some of the category of a competitive exam part or some of the placement part. So all has to be separated and stored in a particular rack. So using that we have to collect the books based on the particular rack easily. So it is a very time precious for taking our book to in our library for our preparation. So we have to just spend 2 or 3 minutes to take out the book from the rack. But if the books are grouped together, so there are more number of books are grouped together means we have to take our reference book from that particular group. It is very difficult. So that's why we have to store the book in the shelf for the particular either a department or some grouping the particular books in a particular pot. So this is arranging the book in our library. So the arrangements of book in library is to take out the book easily and we have to keep the same book in a same place. So that's why we have to easy for preparation. So this is the library management. So that same way we have to follow to store our data in our computer. So in this we have lot of memory space for storing the data. So we have to store the data and organize and storing. So this is the process of data structures. We have lot of data what we have to working with the more number of data daily. So we have to store in a particular place in our computer. So in that we have to use the data structure for all the applications to store the data in a particular place. So if we have to store means we have to organizingly we have to store the data in a particular place. So in this data structures, so as an example like that library management, we have to store the datas, we have to store the datas in our memory space in a particular order. So that's why we have to use data structures. So in this data structure we have two types. First one is primitive and then second one is non-primitive. So that in that first part primitive is integer, float, character, boolean. So these are all basic primitive data types which we have to be used regularly either in a C or C++. So these all has to be used to store a particular value. So integer means we have to store the integers value with a limit of 0 to 127. So we have to store that particular limited values based on the integer type. So in that float means we have to store the floating values, either boolean, character. So either a true or false value we need to store the particular variable means we have to use all the primitive data types. So these are all are familiar with that particular data types: integer, float, char, boolean. So either a true or false, some more number of data types we have to be used. So and the next non-primitive, in that non-primitive data types we have to arrange the data in a particular order. So that's why we have to use array, list, stack, queue. So these are all the main important topic which we have to be discussed in the upcoming sessions. So arrays, list, stack, queue. So on this part we have to discuss about what is data structure and what is the real-time example for this data structure. Thank you.